here.
And Sam.
Today we're going to talk to you guys about some modifications and all the things that you should and shouldn't be doing when modifying. Alright guys, so if you haven't noticed, myself and Sam have to modify a lot more often. I was in a car accident about 2 years ago and I had shoulder surgery a year and a half ago, so I'm still recovering from that, so I have to modify often to protect my shoulder while also building the strength.
I actually also have to modify, but rather than my shoulder, mine are my hips. I have a hip impingement and actually both of my hips, but when I was 21 years old, one of them resulted in a labral tear, so I had a surgery back about 6 years ago that still requires modifications to this day. You may sometimes see that Marisha or I modify during the live workouts, so if you ever see that we're doing something a little differently than the workout, that's because we're doing it to protect ourselves and our bodies. We do it when we do the lives, we do it when we do the outdoor boot camps, even when we're normally inside. We are not afraid to modify because we know what is best for us.
So it's really important that when you are doing the workout, you really want to listen to your body. I talk about this when we are doing yoga, but also in your workouts. Always listen to your body. So you always want to push yourself and know when it's the right time to modify versus when you don't want to modify. You always want to do the full movement. If you get tired, great, you can modify for a half second, but try to push yourself to do the full movement as much as you can, because that's the only way you're going to build up strength over time.
So very importantly, if things simply don't feel right or anything starts to actually hurt you, that is the time that you need to modify. So don't be afraid to wave a coach over. That's why you have coaches. That's why there's an assistant coach on the floor at every single boot camp. That's why we're here. Please listen to your body, like Marisha said, and get that help.
So like Sam was saying, there's always a coach here at boot camp, but a lot of you are doing the online workouts as well. So if you need to modify when you're at home, make sure you're modifying within the muscle group that we're working. So if it's an upper body workout, you want to do an upper body movement to the best of your ability. Maybe you can't do a shoulder workout, but you could do push-ups for working your chest instead, or same thing with legs. If lateral lunges aren't working for you, just go into some squats. You always want to work the muscle group that we are targeting that day.
So another thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to want to build up to an exercise over time. So don't just say, I can't do burpees right now, so I'm never ever going to be able to do them. Don't just put yourself down like that and think that you're not going to be able to make progress. So you want to set goals over time. So for example, you can do 10 seconds of modification and then try to do an alternative version from there. Or you can do halfway, switch to that modification. Just try to push yourself gradually over time.
If the full movement is the issue, but you can do the regression, do it. That's the only way you're gonna build up strength over time. But once the regression starts to get easier and easier, that's when you wanna push yourself into the full movement. So if you can only do the burpee one time, but then you're walking it out the other times, that's fine, but the only way you're gonna build up to that full burpee is if you at least try to do it. Obviously, if you have an injury or a past injury or something else that is preventing you from doing the full movement, you might not be able to do it ever, but you still want to challenge yourself and push yourself. So that's what us coaches are here for. We can always give you something else that's still working that same muscle group. Sometimes overhead presses just don't work for my shoulder, but I still do something along the lines of a shoulder movement because I still want to build up that strength. Alright guys, so like we said, always listen to your body. If you do need to do the modification, that is fine. Don't feel discouraged because you're modifying. Modifications will only help you build the strength to get to that full movement exercise.
Don't be afraid to ask for help. We are coaches for a reason. You're part of this community for a reason. We are here to always help you and always help you get your goals.